Welcome everyone to Integrated Math 2. We're talking about 2-1 today, angles of polygons. Make sure you put your information in the top left and right hand corners. And today we're going to be talking about angles of polygons. Now, first thing we're going to talk about is the sum of the interior angles. So for example, the sum of an interior angle measures of an n-sided convex polygon is n minus 2 times 180. So the first one right here I have is a triangle. It has three sides. So 3 minus 2 is 1, and 1 times 180 degrees is 180. So what if we had a rectangle? Well, how many sides is that? That's 4. 4 sides. So 4 minus 2 is 2, and then times 180. Well, if you do 180 twice, that's 360. Let's see if that makes sense. If we have a square or a rectangle, each of the angles is worth 90 degrees. 9 times 4 is 36. 90 times 4 is 360. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, what if we had a 12-sided figure? What would that be? Well, let's make sure. Convex, not concave, convex. So all the angles are pointing out. So 12 sides. Okay, well, if we had 12 sides, that'd be 12 minus 2 is 10 times 180. Well, that would be 1,800. Here we go. That would be the sum of all the interior angles. All right, let's go on. Example 1. Find the interior angles of the sum of a polygon. Okay, well, let's see how many. Looking at this, it's basically, all right, we have 5 sides. Okay, well, we have to figure out how many degrees are in this. So I know 5 minus 2 is 3, and then 3 times 180. Well, 180 times 3 would be 54, so 540. Okay, so I know that this polygon, HJKLM, is going to be worth 540 degrees. So I'm going to add up all of the interior angles. So I have on 2x, and sometimes we like to go like this. We're like, hey, I'm starting here. Then I'm going to go around in a circle. So I have 2x, I have 142, I have another 2x, I have a 3x plus 14 degrees, and then finally I have a 3x plus 14 degrees. Oh, that's interesting. So I have 2 of those. All right, well, now I just need to add them up because that's what sum means. Sum means add them up. Okay, well, 2x plus 2x is 4x. And then I have 3x plus 3x is 6x. Okay. And then 14 plus 14 is 28. 28 plus 42, 142, would be 170. All right, well, still getting there, still adding. We are slowly simplifying. We're making this from a large sum to a smaller sum. So 10x plus 170, is equal to 540. All right, well, if I divide by 10 on the whole thing right now, I can simplify this. Now, this might get us into a pickle later, but there's times 10 for the whole thing, so I can divide by 10, and I get 1x, or just x, plus 17 is equal to 54. Well, now I'm going to subtract by 17 on both sides. And 54 minus 17, 44, 37, is equal to x. All right, well, now I just need to go in and I need to, it's not what is x, it's what are each of the angles. Well, now I just need to find, okay, the measure of angle x is equal to 2 times 37, 74 degrees. The measure of angle J is 142 degrees. Now K is the same thing as H, so I know the measure of angle K is equal to 74 degrees. The measure of angle M is equal to 37 times 3 plus 14. I'm going to pause and use a calculator. So the measure of angle M is going to be 125 degrees. Now the measure of angle L, because it's the exact same angle measurement, would be again 125 degrees. All right, guys, let's go on. Example 2. Interior angle measures of a regular polygon. Penny is building a house using a floor plan that she's designed. What is the measure of ABC? Okay, so hold up here. Now, all this information right here, we don't need. We don't need to know, hey, she's building a kitchen, a breezeway, a garage. Don't care. Don't care about this deck. Sorry, Penny, don't really care about it. Bedroom? No. The only thing we care about as mathematicians is what is the angle of ABC? What is this angle? And this is going to be a regular polygon, meaning all the angles are going to be exactly the same. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a hexagon. Now a hexagon has 6 sides. So 6 minus 2, 4 times 180. So that's 360 plus 360, which is 720. So that's the sum of the interior angles for a hexagon. Well, now all I need to do is I need to divide by 6 because there are 6 angles. So 720 divided by 6 is 120, because if I did 660, that'd be 100. Well, let me just do a quick check. Yeah, that's right, 120. Just overthinking it for a second. I basically did 72 divided by 6, and I was like, okay, 66 is times 11, so 72 is times 12. All right, let's go on. So now we're going to talk about the number of sides. So if the name is triangle, we're going to put 3. Now it's a quadrilateral, and it has 4 sides. Now there's a big building called a Pentagon near the nation's capital. It's in Virginia. It's the Pentagon has 5 sides. Now a hexagon has 6 sides. Heptagon, it's like sept a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, set. That's 7, set. Now octagon, octopus, that's 8. A nonagon, that's 9. A decagon, that's 10. Now, I like this from Roman times. If you decimate, if somebody decimated if somebody did something bad, and they would go through the squadron and they would kill every 1 out of 10 people. That's decimate. All right, finally we have the heptagon, which is 11. And finally we have the dodecagon. Now if it's a 3D shape, it'd be the dodecahedron. But this is just like 2-dimensional, not 3 dimensions. All right, let's go on. Oh, and finally, the n-gon. How many sides does it have? It has n sides. All right, let's go on. Example 3. Identify the interior angle measure. The measure of an interior angle of a regular polygon is 144 degrees. Find the number of sides in the polygon. Well, we need to have the equation, so hold up. All right, so let's explain this equation. Now, we know that from the interior sum formula right here, if we take the number of sides minus 2 times 180, that's all of the angles added up. But what if we don't know the total number? We just know one of the angles. Well, it'd be, if we knew one of them, it'd be that times how many of them. So we know it's going to be 144 times n. So now all we have to do is we have to simplify. So we're going to use the distributive property and multiply this out to slowly solve for n. So I'm going to get 180n minus 360 is equal to 144n. Well, I want my numbers on one side, so I'm going to add 360 to both sides. Why am I doing it that way? Well, you don't need to, but it will give me a positive number. So if I do this, this is adding one step. I have this 360 plus 144n is equal to 180n. Now I can subtract by 144n on both sides, and I'll have a positive number. If I solved it the other way, that would be 36. I would have gotten negative, well, let me just show you what I would have gotten. I would have gotten this. Negative 36n is equal to negative 360. And then I would just divide it by negative 36 on both sides, and I would have gotten the same answer, which would have been 10. So 10 is equal to n. That's it. So how many sides? Well, I'd probably want to type it out and say, this polygon has 10 sides. There's example 3. All right, let's go on. So learn convex exterior angle measures. So the sum of exterior angles of a convex polygon is one angle at each vertex is 360. All right, so what does that mean? That means if you add up all the exterior angles, you get 360. And this kind of makes sense. Let's hold up. All right, so the sum of the interior angles would be 540 right here. Well, what does that mean for each of the interior angles? If I divide by 5, I would get 108. Well, how much to make? If this is a linear pair meaning it's 180 degrees, it makes a line, these two angles make a line, then that'd be 72. Well, now all we have to do is times this by 5 right now. If we times that by 5, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 times 70 is 35, and 10 plus 350 is 360. So this is an informal way of saying, oh yeah, look, we figured out what one of these is. And if we times it by 5, we would get 360. Now it kind of makes sense because like going around in a circle. All right, this is just for the exterior though. The interior is different. Let's go on. Find the missing values. All right, so hold up. This is our last one. So we know that each one of these, we don't even have to do anything. We just understand that, hey, look, if we add them all up, we should get 360 degrees. I'm not going to write it, but I'm going to know it. So I know it's 139 degrees plus 2x plus 6x plus 9x. Now I'm going to combine each of these together right now. When I do, 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 9 is 17, but this isn't 17. It's 17x plus 139 is equal to 360 degrees. But we won't talk about that. So if I'm now going to solve for x, I'm going to subtract by 139 on both sides. And then when I do that, I get 40, 20, 21. 221 is equal to 17x. And now I'm going to use my handy dandy calculator. And when I divide 221 by 17, I get 13. 13 is equal to x. Now, yeah, I mean, I could go back and I figured out like what each one. So I know this is equal to 26, but I mean, I found my missing value. It's 13. But, you know, I can go back and be like, all right, 10 times 13 is 130 minus 13, 117 degrees right there. All right, 6. So if I know this is 3 times bigger than that, so that'd be 60, 78. All right, 78 degrees. I didn't need to do that. That's not what it was asking. It was asking, hey, what's the missing value? But, I guess you could say these are missing values here. I'll leave it like that. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later, and I'll see you in class. You guys have a wonderful night. Bye.